We met in school in junior high, and he actually lived up the street. I lived on 56 in Highland. He stayed on 58th and Forest, which was like 3 or 4 or 5 blocks. Not too far from each other. So we started hearing about each other then. But a while, we would hang out a little bit during summer school. And then he got a record deal with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis with Nut House. And so we was all excited, you know what I'm saying? And he was doing his thing. We was hearing about stories and stuff. And shoot, he kept in contact. I kept in contact. And I was hanging out with him and Icy Rock way before I brought him to the fold. It was really me being in a mix. From R.I.P. to Brian Dennis doing the artwork. He really brought me in the loop. And it was him who told me how, with Tech N9ne, since he already had been signed, he was like, yo, this is how I work as far as the experience. And that's really how I learned, like, what not to do, because he was like, yo, this is what we get, per diem, I did this. We went, and so I kind of just mimicked what he told me to make sure he was good. And before that, we was, like, working on records and, vibing out. And next thing you know, we did this song like Killer Clown. It was one of his favorite records. And, it's a song called Killer Clown. We did that, and it was, like, dope. And it was on the tape, and it started spreading it. And then people started saying we need to hook up. And then my man Diamond, R.I.P., Diamond Shields, I ran into him one day. I was like, yeah, man, I'm gonna do a project with Tech N9ne outside this group. He asked to be on the compilation. And then from there, it just turned into like, man, I'm just going to drop you because everybody else was playing. That's how it happened. It was me doing a compilation with everybody, and everybody was playing with the songs. He was just working because he already had the experience. And then, shit, Mitch Bade and QDIII and all other records was born. We went to BRC Studio, big studio down here, and it was like, we start popping, you know what I mean?
Mm. Yeah, you guys
then
really started blowing up, man.
Yeah. Ain't that crazy? That, like, word of mouth. Ain't that deep? Like, the word of, word of mouth.
This was before
the internet.
You know what I'm saying? This is, before the internet. This is before you guys were even in Murder Dog, if I'm not mistaken. This is way
right,
back.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this is the defining moment for two young artists, you know what I'm saying, an MC, producer, because you guys are getting your stronghold in your own area. It's like you're getting it on lock, and then before you know it, things take off. You guys go to the next plateau, you know what I'm saying. At what point did things start elevating to where you guys were, you know what I'm saying, getting looks at, Death Row for the gang-related soundtrack and all these different things, man?
It was more like once we hooked up with QDIII, man, it was like that's where all that Tupac came in. King Tech, Big Paul. Big Paul was a big radio executive up at Universal that broke Nelly and so much of that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? King Tech with the Wake Up Show and QDIII. Actually, that record, that beat, the reason why I'm on that record, right? Because I started off like questions. I'd be like, name this motherfucker called Questions. Ha ha, Tech, ha ha. I'd be like, Rough Draft. I'd be like, QDIII did the beat. He didn't Tech, be like, all day, all night, And I'd be like, what's up, everybody out in L.A.? The reason why they hear me coaching them on that record and all that, because that was our Rough Draft. what they hear major was my rough draft. He didn't want to do that song. I picked that beat from QD3. QD3's like, check this out. It was me and Dom, and we was like, ooh, we got to get Tech to do that. He wasn't really rapping fast a lot like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like with Soleil. You know, real life, the record with Soleil, right? Clueless on Calm Before the Storm. That was really her record that me and her wrote. You know, we influenced each other. And he heard it and wanted to get on that song. You know what I mean? And I'm saying that it was an honor for him to get on it, so I mean it, but that's how dope I was making the music to where he's like, I got to get on that.
Make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications, like, comment, share. Also go over to UGSforLife.com, download the entire archive, and check out new episodes on Apple Podcasts and Blog Talk Radio.